What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerdcastle for the next episode of Punch Club. We got to talk to Bobo, the guy that rooked us at the beginning of the game, clocked us in the knee with a baseball bat, and took our wallet like a douchebag. Anyways, he's the one that inspired me to become a champion, so let's go fight with our big bearded friend. Hey, are you Bobo? Yep, that's me. Who's asking? Mickey says you've got a thing for playing loud music at all hours. That's his problem, not mine, and if you don't scram, you'll have a problem as well. Ah, I see what we have here. Great big sack of stupid. We shouldn't have too many problems with Bobo, although he does hit really, really, really hard. Like, for real, his baseball bat ability is terrifying. It hurts like a bitch. He's only got to land it like twice. If he can just land it, he's good. I mean, it's a cudgel after all. If you have the ability to just, like, bap somebody over the top of the head, it's not really a fair fight, is it? Then again, this is a street brawl. Ain't no rules in a street brawl. We take it to the street with knives and shit and dirty looks and words about your mama. Ow, we just got clipped. That's really, really unfortunate. I don't think I'm going to vary up the strategy a whole lot. I'm just hoping we can dodge enough to, like, make him hurt himself to death. And then if he'll keep missing, we'll get a whole bunch of random agility. We'll get ahead of him in terms of energy, too. Same strategy we're always running. Ooh, he missed us with the bat and hit himself. Yep, that's what happens when you try to fight with me, Big Bobo. That's what happens when you try. I love the pixel art in this game. Have I mentioned that yet? The pixel art in this game is really fantastic, and whoever did it did a fantastic job. It's got that Kairosoft feeling to it, where it all just looks very, very clean and well drawn. We'll have to turn down that music. Is that clear? Yeah, of course. But I won't hear anything. I need a hearing aid. I lost mine a month ago. I know I shouldn't ask, but if you could find a new hearing aid for me, I'd be pretty grateful. Sure, I'll help you. You can ask somebody who has a similar problem. Maybe they have an extra hearing aid. Alright, so what you want to do here is you can actually turn this quest in twice. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's intended, but you talk to Mickey. Bobo won't be a problem anymore. Oh, thank you so much. As promised, here's a gift for you. This is an energy mix. I made it myself. It should help you with your training. Cool beans, thank you. And it does. It's 5 of these things that basically give you half an energy meter. They're really, really good. I'd save them till you totally need them. Turn it in there, then go do Bobo's quest, and if you turn it in again after that, you can end up with 10 of them. I don't know if that's a bug, but I've been doing it for every single one of my playthroughs, and it seems to work perfectly fine. The guy that you need to talk to get at the hearing aid is over at the sports store, so you go talk to him. Hey, do you happen to have a hearing aid? Yep, I have to use it. My ears are not as good as my biceps. Alright, Mr. Clean. Cool, maybe you have an extra one? I've just bought a new one, so yeah, you can have my old one. Cool, so now we got that. We take it back to Bobo. I've got a hearing aid for you. Oh, thank you. That's great news. And so Bobo looks happy as a child with his new hearing aid. I hope he stops shouting now. You seem to be a pretty good guy. Here's the deal. You want to work for me? It's good money, son. Why not? I'm sure it's all illegal stuff, but who cares? Good. Your job will be collecting my share from local businesses. Half of the money is yours. Each third day you'll come to me and I'll give you a list of places to visit. You can start right away. And so this is actually my favorite quest in the whole game. You get to walk around like a gangster with a baseball bat and earn $100. We don't have time to do it right now because we got to work on our stats, but you turn it in again after that and he'll say Bobo's not a problem again, and so you'll end up getting 10 of the doses instead of 5. If it's intended, then that's how you get 10 of them. If it's not intended, then that's a bug that you can use to help your training out a little bit. It's not going to last forever. It's not going to like feed you the win or anything like that. But it is a useful little strategy. Oh, he gives you 12. Never mind. Okay. I would probably say to avoid using... I'd save at least 5 to 6 of these for endgame. That's just my preference. I'd say that if you save 5 or 6 for endgame, you'll probably be alright. And it'll help you like pass through the endgame period, which I found to be kind of boring and grindy a lot quicker. Oh wow, we used up all of our training time, didn't we? Okay. That's unfortunate. Let's go to the gym then. We've got access to it. We'll earn like 150 bucks working for Bobo if we need to, so it's not that bad. Let's stay on our grind though. Let's stay on our... Did he just do like a weird doom grin for a second? It looked like his facial expression changed for just a second. It was kind of creepy. I don't know what to say about it. It was a little weird. We'll probably lose this 14. That's okay though? Maybe? Yeah, because we're not going to lose it by much. And then we got to fight today. So what I'll do is I'm going to use the tire to get my stats up just a little bit. We take that 14. know if that's going to get me there. I'll take you there. No. You said you want a 14 with me. Alright, so we got the 14. All we have to do is actually complete this, and then the game is really, really easy from here on in. This is actually like the last major hurdle that you're going to have to jump over in order to get to the end game, which is actually comparatively pretty easy, and it's just kind of a time-consuming thing. However, for right now, I'll work on that for a bit. We got a fight today. Let's go do some drugs real fast. God, what a shitty thing to say. Actually, no, we don't need to do drugs right now, because I think we could take... I think there's 2 days in between each fight, or something like that, and I think our first matchup we should be able to take no problem. So let's go ahead and start off with him. Wow. Off to a good start. Off to a very, very good start. He can't seem to put hands on us. He is, however, very, very good at blocking us. That is going to be really, really tough on his stamina, though. He is a stamina build, so he's going to recover a lot with each knockdown. So keep that in mind, but much past that point, we should be able to keep him pinned pretty easily. Every ability that he's running right now has a pretty hefty stamina cost, so that's one of the major downsides to running a strength build, is that you throw haymakers and nothing but. If you connect, they go down quick. As you can see, he's only landed 2 hits on us. Look where our health is. However, if you ain't landing hits, you ain't winning as a strength build. You just be sitting there missing all day long, hitting nothing but air. Kind of the gamble you take, whereas the opposite issue is true of agility. You don't hit hard enough to drop anybody fast enough, and everything turns into an endurance match. We should have him taken, though. I think we've got him bopped. We should be good. And not as in, like, World of Warcraft, like, oh, I bopped the hunter. Like, it doesn't matter. Just don't worry about it. We've got this guy taken. I mean, bop, as in we, like, bop him on the head. You know, like, down came the good fairy. And then she said, little bunny foo-foo, stop bopping fools on the head. It ain't right. You're about to get rolled out on, little bunny foo-foo. Don't make me take out this fairy shank and mess up your night. It's about to get ugly. That's kind of a variation on the story that I think a lot of people haven't heard. Who are we up against next? Bill Wilson? Shit. Oh, that's not too bad. Bill Wilson's doable. Okay. Who won over here? I was going to say, I think... Really? Draxon? Oh, Bill Davis and Draxon fought each other. Oh, that's such a good thing for us. He's going to get his ass whooped by Draxon, though. And then our guy shouldn't be too bad. We should be able to at least make it into the final bout, I think. Let's go back to the house. We'll get ourselves set up with a little bit of food. And then I sneezed right there. So if you're wondering why I went all quiet for a second, it's because there was a massive sneeze inside my nose, just brewing. It was just waiting to happen. Waiting to take me out. Let's do a little bit of jump rope. Once jump rope runs out of usefulness, we'll try and do something else multi-purpose to hold on to this 14. I think versus Draxon, we're probably definitely 100% going to want to run drugs. Just to give ourselves like an advantage. Maybe give ourselves 16 or 17 agility when we go in. Just something, because high agility fighters versus high agility fighters, you can just never tell how it's going to go. It's always just a little bit randomized. We may have reset the timer on the punching bag, actually. We might be able to go in on this. Yeah, there we go. So we got full bubbles again. Once again, I wanted to bring this up because in the stream, this seemed to be a point of confusion with people. The bubbles, you aren't getting diminishing returns. So when the bubbles start being partially filled, that doesn't mean you're getting less points every single time you punch the bag. It means that the timer is almost up for how long you can use the bag. So you get the exact same point. I made the same mistake when I first started playing, and so I would cut off my training when they started to be a little like semi-empty like that. Don't do that. That's not how it works. We've got a scheduled fight today. Let me train for a little bit. I'm going to train for a little bit, and then we'll worry about our scheduled fight, because I want to make sure my stats are as good as they can be when we go up against Draxon. Realistically, we've got like 6 days left until we've got to fight him. So we should have more than enough time to get our stats ironed out. But I don't want to take any chances. I want that fight to be quick and clean. I want to take it very, very quickly. And I want to be able to make sure that at least if we're taking potions, if we on that potion, wine, champagne, and vodka. Wine, champagne, and vodka, as they say in the hood. They call that the potion around here. Be on that potion. You mix wine, champagne. It's basically just like a mixer of whatever drinks you have in your house. It's meant to get you messed up right before you go riding. Before you go looking for some fools. About to do some skirt on the corner. Anyways, I'm gonna get up. I gotta stop saying anyways. Anyways is the worst word on earth for me. It is my transitional phase. You will note that many YouTubers have transitional phases. That one is mine. I'll probably go in on 2 of the energy drinks because we've got enough of them left. I'm trying to keep 5 or 6 for the end game, but much more than that we don't really need. I can Wing Chun for a little bit. Sometimes it's good to rotate in between the gym and here, because the gym doesn't have a Wing Chun or any equivalent of the Wing Chun. So sometimes you can have a really, really good agility day by jumping rope, then hitting the speed bag, then coming back over here and doing the Wing Chun. It's an option that you have available to you, and I would recommend taking that option, especially if you're trying to get the higher numbers, because getting your agility up above 15 before endgame when you get the specialized champions gym is very, very difficult. You're not meant to have super high stats at this point in the game, and so it can be a little bit of a slog. Got 1 day. Oh, I missed my fight. That's okay. We didn't need to do it right now anyways. We didn't have to have it right this second. We've got the energy drink, so we should be all good. Now that we've unlocked the trailer park, we can also do the quest where Adrian falls in love with us, and we should probably do that before we win the championship, as I don't know if it affects the storyline, but it kind of feels like it would. I'm not trying to be a spoiler right now, but it kind of feels like it would change one of the outcomes. Maybe it's the same, though, every single time. I don't know. I was just doing push-ups for a bit while the speed bag recharged. Get back on this speed bag and get our foppity on. Not to be confused with the fappity, which is why they don't let me go back to the old folks' home anymore. I am permanently banned for life. What I'm going to do when I turn 70, I'm not entirely sure. I guess I'll just be crazy and homeless and die in the frost. It's kind of a metal way to go out, though. It's not going to be pleasant, but it will be metal. Hopefully I leave like a terrifying statue under a bridge, and then some kid finds it. Like a terrifying frozen man statue under a bridge, and then like a little kid will find it and be like, ah! Like loses shit. I want to go out scaring a child. That's one thing I know about my life. I don't know how I came in. Well, I know how I came in, but I didn't scare anybody coming in, I don't think. Although I did have a cone head when I came in. But anyways, he said after just saying that he shouldn't say anyways anymore. Back to the point at hand. I want to go out scaring a child. I think that's how I want to end my life on this earth. I just want one child to be terrified beyond all belief and maybe emotionally scarred for 10, 15 years by the dead man statue they found under the bridge. We're getting there. We're getting there. If I could work in a 15 right now, that would make me pretty happy. And I mean, we can do it before or after the fight. It doesn't really matter. I'm kind of in the zone right now, though. I feel like I'm putting the hurt on this gym workout. And so I just want to stay on it. And this would be one of those times I would probably recommend going to Silver's gym, which is obviously a joke about Gold's gym. If we go to Roy's house, we can hit on his sister and she can fall in love with us. That'd work. Let's go. Let's fight our fight real fast. Let's fight our fight real fast. Bill Wilson. Pretty accurate fighter. Running triple punch, so that's a little... Whoa. He might actually be an issue for us. I didn't look at his skill sets. If he lands hits, he's going to be an issue. If he doesn't land hits, it'll be fine. But he's actually got a couple abilities in there. It's a really, really strong build. It's a smart build. Whoever built this character actually like went all in. Ooh, that 58 combo from dodging though. Man, stop hurting yourself. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Stop hitting yourself. My sister and I used to do, well, I used to do that to my sister because I was the older brother, and so part of being an older brother is just being a douche like 90% of the time. Being the eldest child, it's part, when you sign up, when you put that on the, they put that on the, you know the little like orientation sheet you get when you go to a new job? Well, you get one of those when you become the oldest brother. And it's just like, you are responsible for making all of your siblings hard. You must like, not like that, you sickos, don't raise your eyebrow. You're responsible for making them ready for life. You gotta toughen them up. You gotta give them a thick skin. And if your siblings are still weak by the time they turn 18, you haven't done your job as an older brother. Your job is to teach them to suck it up. And that's it. And just, sometimes you gotta smack them a couple times. Just let them just be tougher. Stop being weak. And then they'll be good forever. See? That's how it works. The love of an older brother. We do what we do for reasons. Just saying. If you're like the little brother, you may not understand it now, but someday when you're tough, you'd be like, yeah, my older brother used to whoop on me all the time. Then eventually I almost got him because little brother never beats the older brother. It never happens like that. My sister never defeated me in combat. Never quite made it. Then again, I did have a pretty good advantage. Still, always wished I had a little brother. That would have been pretty cool. Fortunately, didn't get a little brother, so thanks for that, genetics. I appreciate it. We should have a fight tomorrow, but we're going to be fighting for our right to maintain this 15 that we're trying to earn right now. Our machines are pretty much used up, but I think we'll be good. I mean, it looks all right to me. There we go. A couple more points into every single stat. I may work strength a little bit and just see it. Normally it sabotages an agility build. Normally it does not help an agility build very much, but I'm kind of interested in seeing maybe if we can get like a 4 or a 5 in strength. Like a 4 sounds pretty good. Getting a 4 and locking it to 4 might be nice. And then just leaving everything else in stand. The 4 will give us a little bit of extra damage on some of the hits that we need. There we go. We got our 15 out. Got a scheduled fight today up against Rey Mascario, and he's backed up by Pinky. This could be a fun fight. Let's see what happens. We'll see where this one goes. We're not going to be able to rely on reflective damage like at all because agility characters don't hit enough to make reflective damage matter. Now, when it's saying combo right there, that 14 is not how hard we're hitting him for. We hit him for 12, and then we dodged, and it hit him for 2, so it did a 14. Just to add on, in case you're watching the numbers up top, and you're like, wait, why didn't that deal 14 damage? It's because it's getting them in sequence. It's a combo. He's actually got us kind of low on stamina right now. I'm a little bit interested. Maybe take that out and put in something a little bit cheaper. I think we might be getting into trouble with our dodges right now. I think our dodges are lining us up for failure. Yeah. I think our dodges are a little bit expensive at the moment. We might actually gas out here. This might be one of those fights that comes down to the wire. Did we take weight? I can't remember if we took weight. That would be how you would win this fight, just so you know. Do we have weight? We do not have weight. Oh, that's a mistake. So there's an ability called weight that allows you to bypass your turn in exchange for like 10 energy. It's useful in situations like these where energy is like matched. What you would want to do is I would probably swap out low kick for weight, and we just kind of see where it goes. Yeah, a little bit of a problem for us. I don't think realistically he has much of a chance to win. But we're at the point right now where all he has to do is land a couple of hits, and he might. My hope would be that he wouldn't turn it around at this point. And the nice thing about this build is even when you're out of energy, you can still have enough to dodge, which means you can kind of get him to DPS himself down. But since this was a fight in sequence, I'm a little bit concerned about the HP we're going into the next part of the fight with. He's actually really, really RNGing out right now. He is getting super lucky with some of those hits. Considering how good our stats are, I'm surprised he landed those. Alright, Pinky, you're up next. Now we just gotta hope that Pinky doesn't work us too hard. Hopefully this is a nice, easy day at work. And not like that right there, where we take 21 damage in 2 punches. Well, we got his agility knocked down. He doesn't have exhausting strikes or anything like that, so while the hits he's given us will hurt, they should not allow him much of an opportunity to gas us out and then pin us and just beat the shit out of us once we run out of dodge. I think we're going to lose a lot of HP on it, though, and we're going to have to recover by tomorrow, so I may have to guzzle a whole bunch of pizzas like a fat ass, and then like 5 pizzas to get my HP back, and then we'll be right as rain for tomorrow. That fight was a little bit more costly than I expected, but it's alright. We needed the cash. We should now be... We got our 27 skill points here. I don't feel like that was a mean thing to say. If you eat 5 large pizzas in one sitting, there's not a whole lot of words out there I can use to describe you other than... little husky there, man. Little husky. I'm not a person to guilt trip you about that, but 5 pizzas? 5 pizzas, really? I can eat an entire large pizza myself and still be hungry, but I cut myself off. I think I've got some kind of problem. I don't know. Like, I feel hungry, like, all the time. And yet if I eat, I gain weight really, really fast. And so I think my stomach, like, registers hunger oddly or something. So I just have to, in my life, I had to be very, very careful not to overeat because I'm always hungry. There. Health is perfectly fine. We should be ready for the fight tomorrow. Got lots of energy ready to go, so I'm going to go to the gym because I think we've used up all of our agility machines in here. Let's hit the jump rope for a little while. After that, we're going to hit the heavy bag. After the heavy bag, we should have enough time to rotate back into the speed bag to maintain our 15. Our fight is tomorrow with the champion. That means I'm going to put in a couple more points by cheating my stats a little bit, but that's all that I can do. I'd like to have a higher stamina, but with all the effort I'm having to put in right now to maintain agility, it's not something that I'm seeing as abundantly possible. We're going to do this until we get to the quarter of the day left. I like to plan things out in my head like that. I find it can make your training regimen a little bit more precise, but don't be afraid to bail out on a plan if you feel like it didn't work. Or if you feel like it's not working, feel free to jump onto a different machine. I, however, feel like this is working out great. And I didn't mean that to be a pun. It just kind of came out that way. Still, I want to be ready for this fight. If we could have 17 or 18 agility going in, I think that could swing things in our favor a little bit. He does have a stronger skill set than us, but we're coming on up. Since the last time we fought him, our skills have gotten a lot more well-rounded. And so we've got some upgraded kicks and things like that going on. Our next fight... Oh, it's tomorrow. Oh, we've got another day. Okay, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I don't care. Extra day's good. I'll take it. I will take it. I'm going to get another energy mix in me. Let's go back and spend some money on some food. As you can tell, though, we're kind of running out of cash right now. We've got a slow burn rocking at the moment that is getting expensive, and I don't want to take a day to work either because we just don't have time for it. We'll lose too many stats. Between the working and the sleeping, you can end up in a world of hurt in this game. You can end up in a corner where you technically can't win because you spend too much time trying to recover. This championship part of the game, in my opinion, is actually the most difficult part. After you get past here, you get some very specialized training skills that make it way, 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 way easier to train and win and fight and all that kind of stuff. You start getting skill points almost for free. Like, you start ending up getting like 75 skill points every couple of days. And it gets a lot easier because no matter what, basically you can just overwhelm the competition if you can last long enough. Versus now, where you've got very finite resources in order to get things done. And if you run out of those resources, it's back to square one with you kind of like punching walls and things like that, trying to get back into shape. So I would hate to lose a lot of these stats considering how long it took us to gain them. And if it takes me herbal potions in order to maintain them, that's okay by me. Going into the end game without the herbal potions is not that big of a deal. I could do without them, so if worse comes to worse, I'd rather use them on this phase of the game than on the next one. But I'd still like to have them because they are a useful utility to have for the next part of training when you're going up against some of the most famous fighters in the world. Perfecto. All out of time there, so let's go ahead and do some push-ups. That'll help out with that 7 and make sure that we hold on to it. That's also the reason why I'm not worrying too much about stamina right now, if you were wondering. Because stamina is really, really easy to raise at the end of the game. It's not difficult at all. Perfecto. Our stats are even with his right now, I think, or at least we're a little bit ahead. I'd like to have 3 or 4 more agility than him when we go into the fight. It will make it easier. 100% it'll make it easier. But for right now, we got our playoff. Really? Ruby won? That doesn't seem right. How did Ruby win? That seems really unlikely to me. Huh. He might be a tough fight, though. He's got Die Hard. Interesting. For him... we don't have the money for drugs. We might have to do this on Natural. Alright, let's go. Can I earn some money? I don't think I can. Yeah, we're going to have to do this on... I hope we don't get stuck in the playoff. That would suck. I would really prefer not to be stuck here. Let's go ahead. We got a stronger leg kick now, so we may be able to do something with that. Inflow dodge. He's got boxer. He's got boxing jab series. This fight could go really, really badly. This fight has the potential to really suck or go really well. It just kind of depends. It's going to depend how many blows he can land. You see that one hit he landed basically drained all of our energy. I'm hoping he'll just box himself out here. I prefer a knockdown in the first round. Although whether or not that's going to work for us, I don't know. He's going to win the agility fight. All we can really hope here is that we manage to out-dodge him. I would actually recommend we not strike at him at all. Because if we run out of energy, he could knock us out in one round pretty easily. Yeah, exactly. Oh, never mind. We managed to take him out with dodges. We are the champion! We are the champions, Newcastle! So, league rewards. We got 20 skill points and $200. It's time to praise our new champion. No time for praising. I still have to look for the medallion. I really want that medallion back. Thank you for explaining your motives. You've got your professional multi-card. The card is officially yours. That looks like some kind of fancy card you would use in Doom to like slot into a door. Like you would put it in and be like beep boop boop beep. It's like a technological card. Although people in olden times never took into account that like as technology got better it would get smaller. Although cell phones would be the opposite of that. I liked the little cell phones. Like the iPhone 4 was perfect. And now all of the cell phones are like the size of an aircraft carrier and they don't fit in your pocket anymore. I hate it. I hate it so much. That's the end of the episode though. I will see you all later. My name is Splattercat. This is Punch Club. How you doing, everybody?